We say good afternoon or good evening to all of you out there in virtual land. We are so happy to present to you tonight our show. We're talking about young men in business. And what is so good about it? These are my sons. Isn't that wonderful? Woo! Yes, Patrick Farmer. We have Kirk Little and Lamont Bryce. They're my two son-in-laws and my youngest son. And we're just thrilled to pieces. And you're gonna see their skill and how good they are at what they do. Not just good, but they're just par excellent. So we're gonna have our girls to ask them some questions so that you can listen to what they have to say. And I know you will want to use their services. All right, who'll be first?
Okay. Oh, do you want me to start off, you guys?
Yeah, sure.
All right, I'll kick it off. All right, so first of all, I just want to thank you guys for joining us on tonight. We're chilling with the girls, chilling with y'all girls because we belong to y'all. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
That's fun.
Yes.
So I was just interested just about I guess with COVID, because COVID is going on now, and I know a lot of people haven't they've done well with their business. Some people laid off and things like that. So I'm just curious as to just wondering if COVID affected your business in any kind of way. Let's start with Maximum Concrete.
Yes. Well, it has affected my business more in a positive way, thank the Lord, than a negative way. Because, once COVID set in and they kind of shut everything down as far as, people not going to work and traveling. So it put people in a position of, being home, more so. And they couldn't, they couldn't do their normal travel, whatever. So it wound up, I wound up starting to get more work, than usual. Where I was getting a lot of calls to do patios, pads for gazebos, doing a lot of driveways, things of that nature. So the business really actually picked up,
Wow.
like people was home, not spending money like they said, because they was telling me, oh, I'm not vacation now, so I might as well spend my money getting this concrete work done. I was just cheap. That's yes.
Wow, that's good.
In a positive way, but I know some people it affect them a different way, but fortunately, thank the Lord, it was positive on my end.
That's good. Great. So how about you, Kirk, from the Ultimate Line?
The COVID never really affected my business too much. People, customers that did cancel, some like garden work that they wanted to have done. And, they canceled when COVID came around, but the lawn's gonna keep growing. So it's a nature, Mother Nature. So, people don't want to have a wilderness in their yard. So they don't want their grass cut all the time. So, we keep cutting the grass. They keep calling us back, and, it didn't really slow down the lawn cutting business part. And, so it really kept going. It didn't slow us down.
All right. That's a blessing. Good. How about you, Patrick? Farlund, right? Farlund Enterprise.
Farlund Enterprise, yes.
Okay.
So, same here. My business actually picked up because, like everyone else was saying, the customers are home now, working from home. They're sitting in their houses, looking at the same stuff every day, and they want to change stuff around, and they have some have extra money, and they just want to spend it on stuff like renovating their house, or finishing their basement, or putting a new kitchen in, or putting together some shelving or whatever. So yeah, it's picked up actually.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Question. Yes, absolutely. So whoever wants to go first, let me ask Lamont first. So Lamont, what made you start your business?
What made me start my business? Well, it started off as a family business, with my father. So I started at a young age, at about 14 years old. He had me out there in the summertime weekends, and everything like that. And I kind of found out that was kind of my niche because I kind of picked up on the work quick. And like I said, my dad was the type of father, if you ask him to show it to you hands on, he wouldn't do that. He'd tell you, look, he'd say this to me straight up. He said, you my son, right? I said, yes, sir, Dad. He said, well, then you watch what I do. And he said, you can do the same thing. And I used to watch him and watch him. Next thing you know, I picked up that trowel and I started slinging mud on the block and I started troweling that concrete. So I found out that was kind of my niche. I was trying to be a college guy, go to school, you know, college. He said, not so. You come out there with me. So once I learned the business, and then as I got older, I decided to try to, you know, to go in business for myself. And that's where it all started from. I started in about 2004 on my own, you know, got my little business license. And then from there, just kind of went on.
Wow. Okay.
Awesome.
What about you, Patrick?
Well, just being in this industry, I started construction in 1995 when I graduated high school. And once I became a superintendent, I had access to all the files and things like that. So I was able to see that it was, you know, quite a bit of money that came through construction. But what really made me want to start it is because I know some people that have made not so good decisions in life, and were not able to get good jobs because of a record or things like that, and couldn't have things expunged off of their records. And I want to be able to hire people because there are some good people that made some bad mistakes. And then like some of these kids in the communities, I want to be able to train them to be able to do some of the stuff that I do. And once that happens, if they want to stick with it, I'll hire them to work for the company. So I pretty much want to employ people.
Wow, cool. Very good. And what about you, Kurt? What made you start your business?
Well, the way I started, you know, I just got tired of getting laid off. That's my thing, you know, working for a different company. I learned to do the landscaping back in 1993, but I ventured off doing different work, and I just got tired of getting laid off. And, you know, getting laid off when the company, when they lose business and contracts and stuff. What they do is they lay the workers off, and we were like scared to death getting pink slips. So everybody was like walking around talking about getting pink slips and stuff like that. It was the talk of the company, you know. So that's what it was, and I just got tired of doing that. And you know, when I get laid off, I got the last paycheck that I had, and I was saying to myself, should I take this last paycheck and pay for a bill, pay one of them bills, and they keep coming? I say it don't make sense, you know. So me and a friend were just brainstorming in the apartment. We were talking, and we decided to they said to me, you used to do landscaping, right? And I said, yeah, I used to do it. You were good at it, right? I said, yeah, I was good at it. So I thought about it. I said, you know what? I'm gonna give it a shot. So I decided, they said, won't you start your own business? I said, yeah, I'm gonna do it. Let's try it. So we made some flyers and give out to people at the house, you know, walk around residential area. I remember one of the first area I gave out the flyers was a street called Kirk Avenue. And I was never
Wow.
Kirk Avenue. That's the first street I gave out the flyers. It was close to where I used to live, and that's Kirk Avenue near Ingleside. So I did that, and you know, like I got maybe 4 or 5 people calling back. So they called back and they was interested, and I just kept doing it, and you know, purchased a lawnmower, a weed whacker, and a blower, and that's how I started cutting. Couldn't afford a lawnmower, so I just started doing that with the weed whacker, and you know, people, you know, like, oh, I cut the lawn, and some of them talk about me. Oh, you cutting a weed whacker? You cutting the lawn with a weed whacker? Say, yeah, you know, it still look good. And they said that to me, and then they call their friends over sometime, tell them, look at him. He cut the lawn with a weed whacker. So, but they kept their own. So, you know, eventually I decided to buy a lawnmower. So I purchased a lawnmower, and then it started evolve, and then start picking up the clientele, and then I decided to buy a truck, and I did it in my car. Just put the weed whacker and the blower in the car, cover it up with a garbage bag that people won't see it. So that's where I started out, and it just got bigger and bigger and expand. And that's where I started. That's how I started.
See, they good. These guys are good. And you know,
Yeah.
quiet because your reputation precedes you. All people,
Yeah.
the people you do, they gonna want you. All three of them are so good. They are good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Wow. That's excellent. Mm. So, Pat, did you say how long you've been in business?
Well, I initially I started my business probably back in well, I don't even remember, early 2000s. But then I stopped and just went back to work because work was slow, and the customers that I was running across really, they wanted the work to be done, but a lot of people wanted work done for free, and I couldn't. So I yeah, I
What they
went to
say,
work.
free 99.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So I actually ended up going back to work for a company, and but still I was getting phone calls, and my clientele just changed. And so I actually still work for a company, a regular job in the mornings, and then in the evenings or afternoons, I'll do my own thing. Eventually, I would like to just work 100% for myself. But yeah, so I started to back up this year, actually, since the pandemic. And so, and it's been good.
Wow.
So you've
Very
been doing
good.
it like what, like 20 years maybe
Yeah,
altogether?
25 plus years.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was
Wow,
like 3.
So good.
Crazy. Okay.
I'm sorry, something in my throat. I have to mute myself. Give me a second, you guys.
Okay, so wow. So do you guys like have mission statements, or do you have like visions for your company? How do you see your where do you see your company in like 3 to 5 years, Kurt? Like, where do you see your company like 3 to 5 years?
Well, me? Yes. Well, the thing is that I really would love to take the company to another level, get a little bigger, more business, and maybe branch out a little bit with more maybe contracts with, like maybe a government contract or something like that, because mostly we do just mostly residential right now.
Okay.
I don't necessarily want to get rid of the residential customers, because I like doing residential, but I would like more, business contract too, like a mixture. So kind of want to see the expand and, have more revenue, stuff like that, more people working for me. But it's a tough business. It's really tough because you have to have people who you can trust. That's one of the biggest things, and if you don't have people you can trust and stuff like that, them guys go there and use your trucks and go there and drum up business for themselves.
Wow.
Then they stop working, and they're telling you they don't want to work on a Saturdays anymore because they try to take over the business and try to do things for themselves. But it's rough though, but I would like to see it expanded, but I'm trying to figure out a way to keep it going like that.
Okay. Wow. What about you, Lamont? Where do you see your business in 3 to 5 years?
In 3 to 5 years, I definitely want to see it expand more, because I do advertising, and what I'm finding out, I'm starting to get a lot of calls from more commercial companies that's asking me to do a lot of commercial, because there's a lot of commercial construction going on now, even in my area of Westminster. So I'm getting a lot of calls because I advertise, and they ask me to do a lot of commercial work. So what I've been doing, I've been turning it down. I'm finding out, like, I'll say, okay, Lamont, you might have to branch off. And the reason why I've been turning it down, sort of like what Kirk said, it's hard to find the help, because I'm gonna be out there myself doing everything, the setup, the planning. So you need guys that can, in other words, I need another Lamont per se that could do what I do without me being over a person's head. So I definitely want to branch off in the next, 3 to 5 years, even build a residential part up even more, which is the same thing. You got to have people that's knowledgeable and know the terminology where you don't have to actually be there. So what's going to happen with that? If I do that, that'll free me up, like I was saying, not to be doing all of this manual labor that I'm doing. Because when I go to my jobs, I'm on every job. I mean, they see me out there shoveling. I jump out the Bobcat. I'm grabbing the shovel, helping the laborers out because I'm trying to get the job done. So I'm trying to move away from that part so the business can ramp up, where I'll be doing more selling the work, you know, and versus doing labor. So that's what I'm trying to get established.
That's good.
Okay. Wow. And did you have that question too, Patrick, or did you answer it before?
I don't remember. I can.
No, he didn't
No,
answer.
I don't think I answered it.
Okay, so where do you see your business in 3 to 5 years?
So, like I said, I do mostly residential, and I don't want to get rid of the residential side because again, you have people that have made bad decisions and that can't really get on a government site. You know, so I would have to keep the residential side to keep them working, and then I do want to have a government side or commercial side to get some government contracts. But as far as, you know, the other guys were saying, yeah, it's hard to find good helpers, which is why I want to just get young kids and actually train them how to work, because you waste a lot of money on bad help and you waste a lot of time on bad help. And I have to go, like the mom said, I have to go in behind these guys that I pay to do the job. I have to go behind and fix it myself. So I'm doing everything from the getting material to framing to hanging the sheetrock, to finishing the sheetrock, to painting the walls and doing all the electrical work. I don't have a crew right now. I do everything myself.
Wow.
But yeah, I would like to expand and have 2 different crews, a residential side and a government side. I can just, you know, just chill on the beach somewhere.
No, you're gonna save your money, become a billionaire.
A billionaire and then chill on the beach.
That
Be the
is
billionaire
funny.
first, then you can own the beach.
I wish that we could find, like, back in the day when I was coming up, you had a lot of young guys that was, you know, that was curious about doing the concrete work. But it's like the young generation now, they are running. The young people now want that fast money. When they see you out there doing that work, they like, man, I ain't doing that for that little bit of money. But they don't realize they don't want to work from the ground up per se to get to that. So it's really a little tough. So I was listening to what Patrick was saying. I would love to find some type of program with young men that where I can train them to do this business. Because you'd be surprised the talent that I believe is out there. You know, but if I can, you know, find the resources to find young people, I'll be more than willing to bring them, because, you know, I know they got strong minds, they got talent that they can learn the business and just they could take it to the next level. I mean, now with the way computers are, you can advance a business on the internet, different things like that, because that's where the young people talent at. That's why what I was trying to do was get some young people, like even when I do with my sons, I tell them, I said, look, Dad want to show you this business. I'm not saying you have to stick with it, but learn the trade. I said, you can learn to sell the business, sell the work, get out here and get these jobs and let other people do the work. I said, but that's why I've been encouraging even my boys, because they see Dad working hard. They think like, man, I don't want to work that hard. I tell them, no, I'm just showing you how it's done. You got to know how the job is done. You got to know how to operate stuff. You know, then once you learn that, I said, then you can take it to a whole different level, you know.
That's so true. That's so true. Yeah. Yeah, because I do know of a guy who does that. You know, he does floors, you know, and so he hires other young people, you know, to do the work. He finds the jobs, you know, but then he hires them to go and do the work, you know, and he does go sometimes, but basically other people are doing the work. So that's a real
That's it. And that's a part of my 3 to 5 year plan that you was talking about, Tawana. Really, I gotta start. See, I'm still old school, you know. If it's up to me, give me a flip phone. I can't have all these fancy phones. So I'm trying to get more technical savvy. If a nice young lady will help me out, like Letitia, you know, help get me to the next level. Oh, how you doing, host? I'm sorry.
That's good. You know, I was thinking about you guys, like boys' homes or something like that, you know, where they have the homes like for younger boys, whatever. I'm not sure if you guys have, you know, looked into that to just
Okay.
see if there's a program
Right.
where you can like teach them from the ground up, because
Right.
it's like when they become teenagers,
Yeah.
sometimes their minds are already set, you know, as
That's
to
true.
what they don't want to do. Like you were
Right.
saying, Lamont, doing the manual labor and stuff like that.
Right.
But you gotta train them up younger,
And-
you know,
Right.
maybe like 10 or
All
9
right.
or so, 5
Right.
years old, kindergarten. Give them a break and a
Bring
broom or
around the
something, you know.
room.
Give them
But
a
I tell you
trowel.
what, there was one time that some people got into some trouble, and actually they were sent our way to get their time done, you know, like 4 months, 3 months, like that. And you can be train them like that, but you still have to be careful. But
Yeah.
Right.
that's a good way you could train them. Sometimes agencies will send them your way.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah, you
I
gotta
got
have
it.
your
I
piece though. I'm sorry.
I actually got into it in construction because I played around so much in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And when I graduated, I didn't know what I was going to do. You know, my grades weren't all that good because I played around so much. And I
Right.
quit basketball.
Smart.
But so I heard some guys say, I'm just gonna do construction work. And I was
Right.
thinking, I have an uncle that was a carpenter. So I thought, well, I'll just do carpentry work. And I went and got into the apprenticeship program, and I was actually good at it. So
And also,
They
as a
still have that?
child, a child, you were doing stuff too. You know, you were doing stuff as a child.
right,
You were
Daddy kept
watching.
fussing at me for using his nails and his hammers.
Do they still have the apprenticeships
Yeah,
at
they
the
do.
schools and stuff? Oh,
Well, no, yeah. So there's a school once you graduate high school. I don't know if they still have work study programs in high school because a lot of stuff is virtual now. I don't know if they still do that, but I know once you graduate high school, there are apprenticeship programs,
Mhm.
and that they'll train them and teach them how to do all the trades. You got your
Yeah.
pipe fitters, you got your concrete, your masons, you got your
Mhm.
electricians, your HVAC people, guys. You know, and I'm geared because who I'm looking or going after, a lot of them don't even go to school. They just hang out in the streets.
Yeah. Mhm.
Wow. Wow.
And some of these are good kids, but they just have
Oh, yeah.
they have not seen good things.
And
Right.
strong. They're strong too.
Mhm.
And they're smart,
Yeah.
a lot of them. A lot of them are
Oh,
smart.
yeah. Yep. You'd be
Did
surprised.
you know they have the apprenticeship programs? They have some of the young guys, you know, they're apprentices. They go from level to level.
Mhm.
I'm sure you probably met them.
I was in it.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
wow.
Something. Can y'all hear me?
Very little.
Barely, Tish.
Kidding? Can you hear me now?
Oh,
Mhm.
no. You know sign language?
And what that mean?
You need to have caption on your side so the words can come on the screen as you talk.
Right.
Hear me now? Is that
No.
better?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Just keep talking.
Well, I was going to ask, you know, being young men in business, are there any challenges that you have faced,
Okay.
Farlund?
Yes.
Okay.
Some challenges I won't mention, but other challenges, like I've dealt with customers that just didn't know what they wanted, you know, or their taste was too expensive for their budget, and to try to find a way to tell them you can't afford this, or you might want to think of something else to do because it's outside of your budget. And some customers are realistic, and sometimes you just have to walk away at times. But there has been some challenges, like for instance, and Lamont know about this, when the price of material went up, skyrocketed.
Mhm.
You know, like framing for a basement, you know, 100 studs at one time, you spend $300 on 100 studs, and you can
Mhm.
frame out a basement. And since the pandemic hit, those same studs, you spend $1,000 on 100 studs.
Outrageous.
And you got to transfer that cost to the customer, and the same customers that you did work for the previous year looking at you like, why is it so much more money now?
Wow.
Right.
And you got to tell them the price of material has skyrocketed.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's really unfortunate, and they look at us like we're price gouging, and we're not. You know, we're
Right.
trying to just
Yep.
you know, we're trying to make money at the same time. We want to keep our clientele, but the price of material just was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know,
Yep.
so that was one of the challenges I faced.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was going to ask. Can I ask that question too?
Go ahead. Yes.
Yeah, because I had some challenges. Glory to God. Let me sit up here and tell you all my challenges. Father God. Oh no. I'm gonna be like that. No, on a serious note, one of my big challenges I had was my concrete work was I had to actually turn down some work that I used to do because of the material issue. Like I used to do a lot of steps. So I was giving out prices for steps, and customers were looking at me like, wow, that's high. I was trying to explain to them that the material cost has gone up as far as the wood. Because the way I form my steps up, you know, I do them with 2 bays. Patrick, no, I do them with 2 bays. Now I'm doing with the plywood, and the plywood went almost triple.
Yeah.
So I started factoring that cost into the job with the steps. So they was looking at me like, man, I ain't paying that for no step. So what I started doing was kind of turning down the step work. And, you know, so that was a challenge because that's one of my, that was one of my main things with step. So that was a challenge. Then the other challenge is these guys don't have no transportation. The guys don't have no transportation. I'm picking up grown men from the subway station. I'm going to their house, picking them up. The challenge is I'm feeding them. Right now, I'm an event right now on the program. These guys, no vent. But seriously, that's a big challenge. Guys don't have transportation. You have to pick them up. And, you know, they're grown men. So that's been a challenge, you know. Mel must can relate.
Can I?
Oh, big challenge.
Yeah. The ultimate lawn can relate.
I won't do that.
Babysit together.
But I've taken people
no.
to get there. I've taken workers to get their stuff.
No.
Can I say something about that? What
Yeah.
about since that you have these challenges? Well, what about what you can do to avoid these challenges or to alleviate the challenges by putting an ad in the paper or online and say must have transportation? I see it all the time when I was looking for jobs years ago. Must have transportation. So can you do that?
Yeah, we're gonna have to because I honestly have a lot of guys that want to work, but the first thing that come out their mouth is, "Can you pick me up?" And I'm looking like,
no.
And then you say no.
That's what I have to say because I'm looking at him like, you my son, 13 years old.
But you know, if you have a relationship with these people, it's hard to do that, especially if you know people.
No, it's not.
Not me.
Hi, Bren.
Yeah.
Bren is looking. Hey, Bren. Also, Ken. Hi, Ken. That's our manager.
Okay.
Linda Harris, she's proud of our Black men being successful. But Brenda said, tell them I'll work for him.
Oh.
You got to get all purple tools.
But how do y'all feel about working for people that you know, friends, you know, that you know?
Well, other than, you know, having to have to give them a great deal, they're okay to work, you know, to work for friends and family members. You know, that I guess that could be a challenge. You know, when you work friends and family, they're expecting the deal. You know, so what I do, I raise the price up 3 times higher and then bring it down. So here's your I'm just joking, y'all. Trust me. I'm giving you a fair price.
Well, in my experience is because they know us, they expect for us to give them a discount. But the way I look at it is so as though you'll pay a total stranger full price. You pay a total stranger full price. But because you know me, you want me to give you a discount. So you take money off my table, but you'll pay somebody you don't even know, like full price with no questions asked. You know,
I'm curious to know challenge for the ultimate lawn because I know some of them, but I need to hear it from the CEO.
Well, my challenge is like I said earlier, the biggest thing I think is a challenge for me is the workers. The workers, and you know, you really gotta have workers, the people that can really be there, you know, somebody you can trust, you know, and if you have more than one trucks, you know, you want to have somebody there to, you know, run the business and, you know, 'cause you can't be there at all times. And you want somebody you can trust when they go to these residential houses, you know, you send them out to do work. They're not trying to, you know, give them their cards when people approach them.
Mhm.
Customers approach them. I have it done to me so many times, and you know, I'm kind of sick of it. You know, you try to build a business and you try to build that brand, and you put yourself out there, but you have the workers and trying to, you know, go there and giving out their cards and stuff like that, and then they start telling you, "Oh, I can't work this evening. I can't work on a Saturday no more," because what they're doing, they're out there gone back to
Hustling.
do the work.
But
You know that they
can you
solicit
give them a
their customers.
contract that will be against the, can they sign a contract that they won't do
Yeah,
that?
Miss Mary, these guys don't care about a contract. You know,
I mean, if
they
you put
don't
the
sign a
law
contract,
to it, you gotta put
no,
some teeth in it. It's the law,
right?
you know, a contract is the law, you know?
Yeah, I know, but these guys don't care about no contract with laws, and they might not even sign it too. But even if they do sign it, they will still try and do what they can do because they call themselves trying to build their own business. So they're using your business as a platform to try and build their business too. So it's like and they're being sneaky with it and stuff like that. So that's my greatest challenge, and the winter time part is a challenge too. When you got to cut back on the work and, you know, because things slow down and stuff like that, you know. And then the guys, and you got to lay them off till the season kick back in again, you know, because the work slow down, you know. In winter. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Wow. Wow.
Family. She said, don't do, Brenda said, don't do family and business.
Oh,
And friends.
Yikes. Come on, saying pray.
and friends.
I don't mind working and doing business and work for a
Friends.
family.
We can't hear you, Tish.
You know?
Sorry.
I don't have a
You're really
problem with
low. You're really low.
My thing
Yeah, I
is,
worked for Kirk one time and he didn't call me back. So
It's not true.
he said, I want my safety glasses.
No, no, actually, you're a good worker, Patrick. For real, you're a good worker, man. But I just need help with that one job one time. That was a tree job, so you know that was the way it was. You know.
Oh man.
That's funny.
So let me just put a plug in for the Ultimate Lawn. If y'all need some moving done, or you know, rake up your leaves or something like that, get ready for the winter to take care of your grass, preserve it, whatever, you can call him. We're gonna put his information in the chat. We can put all y'all's in there too, Maximum Concrete and Farlund.
Oh, well, I'm gonna text them. I'm gonna text you right now, Kirk. You can come and rake my leaves. I think the leaves are finished falling. Let me send you a text right now.
Thank you.
So we want to keep going. So what type of projects do you guys do? Farlund, what type of projects do you do? And give me 1 second.
Do what?
What type of
And give
projects
you
do
what?
Give me a second.
Okay. So I do basement renovations, bathroom renovations, kitchen renovations. So I would do everything from the framing to the electrical to the plumbing, and all the finished work. Do flooring, like hardwood flooring, hardwood laminate flooring, tile, ceramic tile, vinyl tile. I don't do carpet. And I get people asking me, "Are you a carpenter? How much do you charge for carpet?" It's not the same thing. Carpentry and carpet is not the same thing.
What's the difference?
Carpet is carpet. Carpentry is not laying carpet. It's
Right.
Oh,
yeah.
well,
Yeah,
I didn't know that either. I would ask you that too.
that falls under flooring. Carpet falls under flooring.
Okay.
What are we looking at now?
You're looking at a movie theater in a basement
Okay.
that I
Oh,
did
wow.
a few years ago.
Nice.
So yeah, this was a friend of mine I've known for a while. He's a musician, and we just happened to see each other in the music store, and he didn't know I did this kind of work. But I went over and he showed me his basement, and he told me what he wanted, and I framed it, hung sheetrock, painted. I didn't do the carpet, Mel. He had somebody else. He had somebody else do the carpet, but everything else I did. All the lights, all the ceiling, crown molding, walls, everything.
That's nice.
And that my work kind of takes a little long because I work a regular job until my business grows, so whereas I don't have to anymore. So going to work like 3 or 4 hours a day, it takes a long time to do something like this. And then sometimes the customer, I'll tell customers, stay off of Pinterest, because you'll always be trying to figure out something else.
I like Pinterest.
Yeah, but for us, for the contractor, you're the worst nightmare, because you see something and we start doing it. You sit on Pinterest the next day and you say, oh, this is what I want now. And you see something else. Oh, this is what I want.
So is this a basement as well?
No, this is actually the State Department in Roslyn, Virginia.
Really?
Oh.
This is their breakdown. Yeah, this is a government facility. I was hired out to do the flooring and set the cabinets and countertops.
Wow. Excellent.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Thank
I
you.
was just perusing through some of your work. Very good work.
Thanks.
Yeah, nice.
Wow.
Okay, that's
Go ahead, Farlund.
that's another basement. I was contracted to do the electrical work in that basement, and when I got there, her and the husband found out that I was actually a carpenter, not an electrician. And so I did all the electrical work, and then she already had this basement framed. And so I just hung, I did all the lights, outlets, hung the sheetrock, finished, painted. What else? Oh, I did the tile in the bathroom. You'll see, I guess, if you get to that picture. Yeah, that one there. I did the tile.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And so.
Yeah, Pat.
So you do bathrooms? Did you do bathrooms as well?
Yes.
Okay. So how expensive are bathrooms, like ranging from what to what?
It depends on the size of the bathroom.
Okay.
And it depends on how expensive you want to go with your fixtures.
Okay.
Because fixtures can go from $99 up to $2,000 or $3,000 for fixtures.
Oh, wow.
And so typically you're looking at a bathroom renovation starting at probably about $3,500, and it can go up to $10,000 or $15,000. Wow. If not more, depending on the size of the bathroom.
Wow.
So what was the price again?
Small bathroom, about $3,500 for a small bathroom. And again, it's all depending on what you want in the bathroom.
Okay.
If it's like you have like an unfinished basement and you want to like club your basement out and put a bathroom down, if you already have your rough-ins down there, it's going to cost a little more than just a bathroom renovation. Because I'll actually have to connect everything. And
I think somebody was trying to take me on a ride.
Yeah. So
they told me 20,000. It was like 20 or 30,000 or something like that.
For your bathroom?
Yeah, and I have everything.
Yeah.
I already have the toilet and the piping, all of that kind of stuff.
Right. Most contractors start at 10,000 for a bathroom. And I'm typically, less expensive than most of these contractors out here. So
that sounds right what Patrick's saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Guess I'll be calling Farlund.
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 The emphasis is on the FAR part.
Wow.
So Lamont, Bryce, I'm sorry, Maximum Concrete, what type of projects do you do?
Oh, we do sidewalks, patios, driveway replacement.
So what are we looking at now?
that looks like an old sidewalk. Unless my picture look bad. There we go. That, yeah, that's okay. Okay. I was
Before
like,
and
so I didn't do
after.
no. That was, oh, you showing before that? Okay, thank
Yeah,
you,
that's
Jesus.
before.
I didn't do that before.
Oh, okay,
Okay,
nice.
yeah.
Nice.
So you're
Nice.
looking at a sidewalk, leading to the front porch where you see the 3 steps going up right into the front entrance, and that's an old porch. Of course, I tried to get them to let me kind of do some cosmetic to make, because I told them, I said, when I do this sidewalk and these steps, looking at the old porch, they said no, but so that's that we're looking at there. Okay, yes, that's a driveway.
That
That
was
was,
nice.
I did that right before the winter. That driveway, I remember. We just based, there was no existing concrete there, so he had a fresh driveway that we kind of, and at the he had like a curve there that we had taken out to create him a new apron and and the driveway there.
Describe it on what an apron is, Lamar.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh,
what's the apron?
see right there, that's your concrete apron. That's your entryway. So what happens is the aprons are made, for your drive-through, but they have to be thicker than the actual driveway because people like to tend to turn around, so it won't harm your
Mhm.
driveway. So they turn around your apron, which means that has to be thicker to handle the weight of like UPS trucks, FedEx trucks. So that apron
Ah.
part is put in
Goes
at like minimum 7 inches thick. So you go 7, and the maximum thickness will be 8 inches for your
so it
apron.
goes 8 inches down in the ground.
Say that again, Patrick.
It goes 8 inches down in the ground, right?
Yeah. So and then you have a gravel sub base between 2 to 3 inches, and we tamper that, and then your actual depth for your slab, which is concrete, to be at minimum 7 inches thick.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. And that right there, what happened was that was just a blacktop driveway going all the way to the garage. But what happened there, they were getting water in the garage, so they asked me to create them a French drain, and they wanted me to pour a slab of concrete to kind of create an apron or a drive through. So what I did there was we cut out the blacktop, as you can see, and then then we did the French drain. Then I just poured all the concrete around. You can see how neat that
Wow,
looks.
that looks
And
nice.
then
Yeah.
as you can, yep. So we did that, and I like to do little stuff to make, because some people say concrete is concrete. So I like to do little things and make it look nice. See how we put those? You can see those control joints going. And yeah, hit the yeah. So those are actually control joints, because concrete moves and contracts. So if it does, it's going to crack. So you put the control joints. So if it cracks, it should crack right in that control joint, and that's a repair
Oh.
thing where you have to totally replace the concrete.
Wow,
And
you
Yeah.
seem like you know what you're doing, boo.
I'm
You
trying.
seem like it.
and you can also do this when the weather gets cold. They used to stop when the weather was cold years ago.
That's true. Now
Okay, we're back in.
Okay.
Melanie, did Tori come to help you with Kirk's demonstration of Kirk's stuff?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
I don't think, hold up. I apologize. Go ahead, ask other questions while I do some troubleshooting, guys.
We're back on. We're back on.
Okay. So. All right.
Yep, we're good.
Okay, cool. I haven't. Can y'all hear me though?
Yes,
Yeah.
you can.
Yeah.
Let me go back to. I don't know how far we are. So let's start asking questions about. So what are the pros and cons of your business, Kurt? The Ultimate Lawn. Can you give us some pros and cons of being a business owner? I think we went through something similar.
Right. Well, the pros and cons is just dealing with other businesses. You know, like it's almost like a competition. You know, but everybody doing their thing. You know what I mean? But they're doing their stuff. But the thing is, that's one of the pros and cons. But what I do, I just stay focused on what I'm doing. You know, I don't really care what this landscaper doing. They're trying to do their thing too, but I just focus on what I have in front of me. You know, I just do my thing, and to the best of what I got to do, to the best of my ability, and just try to do it. And I don't really watch what other landscapers do and what they doing. You know, or they're trying to be a competition or whatever. You know, and other people trying to get your business too and all stuff, but. You know, I just like to stay focused on what I'm doing. That's how I do it. You know.
What about the pros?
The pros.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the pros is one of the good things when people they like what you do and versus choosing another company or something like that, and they rather use your service and stuff like that. I have customers who tell me, "Oh man, another company did this work for me, and they did this and that," but they're not pleased with their job, their work, and they would tell me that they prefer how I do it. So it make you feel good inside that they choose you and rather your job, your work, per se, versus the other landscaping company. You know what I mean?
And sometimes you have to go back and do theirs over, something like that?
Not necessarily, because if one of the guys that are working for you or so, they do something.
Now I'm talking about like another company. If they don't do a good job, you find they'll call you to fix it.
Yeah, they would call me to not really fix it, but they would call me, like, if it depends on what it is. They will just get rid of that company and want me to do the work instead of them, because they don't.
You just do a good job.
Right, do a good job, because even lawns, lawns is it seems like a simple thing, but it's a technique how you do it. You know what I mean? Another person might cut the lawn a different way, have a different style of cutting, or they're not precise or not doing it with a certain way of doing it. You doing it another way. Some guys cut the grass and they don't go for it like 2 or 3 times for it to look neat and nice. They have grass all over the place and just sitting on top of the lawn, and customers don't like that. I don't particularly like that. I don't work like that. I don't like seeing grass on top of the grass when we're fresh, we freshly cut it. I want it to look neat. I want it to stripe and just look nice, like a well manicured lawn with a nice edging, So, right around the sidewalk, that Lamont does, the concrete. Right. I like to do that.
Okay, can I go back? The screen went out after the garage project, and I just wanted to show the sidewalk. Let me just do that one more time, guys, okay?
And while she's doing that, I could see you and Lamont working together, because when I saw that side, driveway you did, and it could be like some kind of flower or something on the side of it to beautify it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
like right around, like, see this part right here? This could be like Kurt putting in
Yeah.
grass seeds or doing and manicuring the lawn. But go ahead, Lamont, what were you going to
And-
say?
No, I was going to say, no, what's so crazy about looking at that job you guys looking at right now? When I started that job, I didn't know anybody that was doing landscape like that. And they was asking me, they said, you know anybody that can come and plant some flowers or do this and do that? I said, no, I'm not right off. But looking at that sidewalk, you can see that if they had some nice, you know, stuff like what Kirk do around, it would really bring it out. Yeah. So I got Kirk covered this time though.
I can see you suggesting that to people.
Right.
I got some,
Yes.
somebody to do this. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Right.
Definitely. And then
Yeah,
that's another little kind of little, they wanted a little fancy sidewalk with a radius on it. Actually, no, that's the same house. Yeah, that's the same house. Yep, that's just the
Wow,
other
that's
angle.
hard.
Yep, that's the other angle. And then leading to that is a big patio we did as well at that particular house. Yeah, see, yep, that's the patio. That's the
Oh,
start.
wow.
And then right there, that deck,
Hold on.
my buddy Harold did that deck for me. That's when I couldn't find Patrick. Sorry, Patrick.
Wow.
I might have
But
been
yeah,
stuck
see
in
that?
Barbados or something.
See, they didn't want the normal square concrete slab.
Right.
They said, give us some radius, make it round or whatever. So that turned out pretty nice.
That's nice.
Right,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Good.
I
Yeah.
want to do one more thing before we go. And the ultimate lawn, you are going to send us some images that we could post to our website, right? I mean, not a website, to our Facebook page. They don't, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll send it.
Yeah, I'll work with you on that.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll send it, you know.
Yeah.
Y'all need like any work. I mean, everyone on this call, like the businesses here, the people, the owners, they are immaculate. Like they do excellent work. So if you want
Yes,
some
they
good
do.
work done, some people just put stuff together any kind of way. We saw some sidewalks, and I was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe they left stones in the sidewalk. But they really take pride in their work. Patrick,
Yeah.
Kurt,
They clean up.
really take pride in their work. I just want to show y'all real quick. Let me see. Am I sharing my screen? No. Let me.
No.
But I can just testify about Kirk because
Yes.
Kirk does our lawn.
Here.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute.
This is Patrick did this deck.
That's a
Oh,
nice.
wow, that's
Patrick,
nice.
can you talk
That
about
is
this?
nice.
That's
Well,
nice.
That is
yeah, I
very
did this
nice.
deck for a customer. He told me what he wanted, and when I finished, he didn't know it was going to be that big. And so the funny thing, which is not so funny, when I order material, the company was supposed to call me like 30 minutes before they got there, and they called me 5 minutes before they got there. And by the time I got there, all that material you see was sitting out in front of the house. And I had to get it all in the back. It was in the street. I had to get it all in the back of the house by myself. And if anybody knows anything about treated lumber, when you get it from the lumber yard, it's still wet.
Yeah.
And it's heavy.
Yes, sir.
And most of the stuff was like 12 and 16 feet long.
Good. Well,
So
Hey.
I brought all this stuff in the back of the house by myself.
Yeah,
So,
Took me a couple hours to do it. And I was so sore after this thing was done. But yeah, it took me, I don't know how long this deck took me. I don't remember. It was kind of fun doing it, but because I do everything by myself, I got tired like halfway through and got a little discouraged because, you know, I couldn't find good help. But I pushed through and got it done. So
That looks nice.
Thanks. I like the
That is
finished
nice.
product. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's nice.
That's very nice. Wow. Yes. Okay. And I just wanted to say about Kirk, he does really good work. And I have a brand new house, so brand new, shrubberies and stuff. And he was letting me know that if I would cut this down or whatever, it would grow and be really nice. And I said, okay, we'll do it, you know. And then he like cut it down and it just sprung up really nice and pretty. So he manicures our lawn. He does a very good job. So I can attest to him.
Yeah. All right, Twan, I'm
Thank you,
coming through
Tawana.
that patio then.
What's that? What's that?
Tell Mark I'm coming through that patio when y'all ready.
Oh, he's coming through that pad, baby.
Now,
Our housewarmers, our housewarming gift. No.
and Lamont did her steps,
We saw
that
pictures.
caught our eyes when he did her
It was
steps when he
nice.
first started. That was
Yeah, my house looked the
nice.
best. Was the best looking house on the block.
Thank you, man.
Oh, and then he
Mhm.
did the like little landscaping too in front of the house. Looks really nice. Really
Yes.
nice.
Yeah.
He knows what he's
Yes.
doing. I'll tell you that much. He knows what he's doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
He did a couple of churches that I wish we had.
Yeah, he did churches. He
Cool.
did hairdresser parlors. You want to the beauty parlor? I'm old. You know, I'm 79. Okay,
Oh, I just missed
hairdresser
that.
parlors.
And then Patrick
nice.
will be doing our deck, right, Patrick?
Yeah.
Huh? No, I'm teasing.
No, I don't know about that, baby.
Look, I'm about to freeze. Look,
He hesitated.
I just
He
froze.
hesitated.
I just froze.
Yeah, but not your system, just you.
Right.
Right.
No. Yes, absolutely.
And what I would just want to say just about, everyone that's here, all of the men that's entrepreneurs and doing your jobs, whatever. These guys here, like Tish was saying, they take pride in what they do, and they make sure it's to their liking. So they make sure it's something that they will have at their own place. I know some businesses, they would do your, contracting work or construction, whatever, and it'll be left a mess. They'll leave all the debris in your yard, and you gotta find somebody to get it up or whatever. You get grass all on your car and stuff. After they blow the grass. I'm just saying. But these guys here, these young men here, they are, they take pride in what they do.
Yes.
So if you contact them for your services, you will not be disappointed. I'm just letting y'all know. You won't be disappointed.
They clean up their stuff. They clean up. Because I've had some terrible work. Steps lopsided. The truck drives over and crack the cement. And then I'm taking people and getting supplies for them and feeding them lunch. Oh, it was terrible. But
lunch.
So yeah. And they bring their children to eat. I did all of that. Give them lunch and sandwiches.
I had somebody to say, "Do you have a broom? Do you have a broom?" I use my broom.
Have their own broom.
One more thing I want to say about me. I love my family, but if you're not up to par, I will not recommend you.
That's right.
I won't. If you don't because it represents me and who I am, it's going to fall back on me. It's going to mess up my name and reputation and all that kind of stuff. So if you don't do a good job, I'm not going to say, you know what? You need to call my brother. No. I'll find somebody else for you.
Break your furniture, knocking stuff and break down your furniture.
Right. You're going to make me look bad.
You going to break your furniture?
That's crazy.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
a little bit.
A little bit.
Can someone end it for me? I wanted to say thank you so much for tuning in to our show today, and we want y'all to support our Black men. Someone said they Brenda, she says she speak prosperity in your businesses, and she said it's wonderful to see successful Black men, really, and taking pride and not lazy Black men. Like,
thank you.
I'm saying y'all not lazy. Y'all want to work. You're not sitting on the couch and all that kind of stuff, waiting for somebody to knock on the door and offer your job. But I really appreciate you. We will have their information. We wanted to go through prices, but we didn't get into that. We will have their information in the description on our video. And thank you so much for tuning in with Chillin. MLF stands for Mary L. Farmer. And Chillin with the Girls. Take care. Good night.